Do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do. Hey, hey, do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Solilocast. A soliloquy is a monologue in which the performer completely disregards the audience. In this case, it is obviously solely speaking to himself. In this case, fuck off. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. This is the intro, something like that. I've kind of jumbled it together. Funny enough, I'm actually a little bit nervous to record today because the last two recordings, I actually wanted to talk about something. And this recording just feels like it's a consistency recording. It's a recording to be consistent with what I do. I even got myself a little bit to drink. It's tamarind juice if you want to know. Really good. If you don't know what it is, doesn't matter. But yeah, I'm a little bit more composed, contained today. I'm not mad about anything. Actually, it was a decent day. It was actually a pretty good day. So this is a different type of podcast from what you experienced the last couple ones. So I even know what I'm gonna do with the pre-Solilocast podcast. I have 4. This is the 5th, I believe. I have one where I just talk about animated shows. Then the second one, I talk about schnitzels and shit. I'm not sure. I know the last two were about, I talk about cornflakes, how I was mad because someone ate my cornflakes or my brother ate my cornflakes. That pissed me the fuck off. And the next day I was mad at myself for being a bitch ass nigga. Funny enough, there is a conclusion, not a conclusion, but a continuation of the story today. So, as always, I'll be rolling my joint. Not as always, well, the last couple times, I just kind of like to kill 2 stones with 1 bird. So, let's just do it. If you hear this, you know we started rolling. Okay, come on. Why you gotta... That was... Anyway, that was not my fly opening up. I have a little pouch where I put my rolling paper and all the other shit in it. It used to be my mic, like my mic pouch, my mic shit, but I didn't really need it. So now I'm using it as a weed pocket, I guess. So, if you listened to yesterday's episode, which you haven't, and you're not going to listen to this episode either, so you remember... sorry, I had to take a drink. I hope that wasn't too loud for you. I'm just kidding. So, yesterday, I told you the story about this girl that was sitting across from me on the train and how I struggled within myself because I wanted to talk to her. I knew I didn't have the balls to talk to her, and at the same time, I didn't want to talk to her. I wanted to get rid of my lust. I also called her Lady Farquaad a couple of times, and I saw her again today. Which was... It was just funny because yesterday I told myself like, oh, tomorrow is going to be different. Peep-a-po. And then I said, you're never going to see this bitch again. This bitch is gone. She's in the wind. But I got surprised. I get G-Unit. I went into the train. I get into the train, right? And I see her. She's sitting there. And I'm like, today's the day. I know I'm not going to really talk to her like that, but I know I'm going to, this time I'm not going to let my emotions overtake me and make a bitch out of me. So I sit down, and as I'm sitting down, the train is kind of, the conductor is saying, like, you need to get out. But I already read on the screen when you walk in that it's just like a false claim. I don't know what to say. It's just, it was a mistake. And I saw that she was kind of like looking around, like worried. So I said, like, yeah, you're right. Like, you're right. I was pointing at the train, like, yeah, you're right. And again, like yesterday, she didn't understand me. And to her credit, like I talk kind of quiet and mumbled, and I had my mask on, so it was double the mumbleness on it. So she was like, what? For some reason, my German just fucked the fuck out. I was tumbling over my words, like it didn't make any sense. And it wasn't even like I was nervous. I was just so perplexed by like, you're not hearing me again. Like, am I so quiet that like my words just like, yeah, this is the right train and stuff. And she looked at me like, yeah, I know, I can see the thing over there. And I was like, I I kind of said like, oh, so you can read. And then I sat down and she was like, yeah, I can read. And then she just went doing what she was doing. And I felt like, damn, bro, how can I embarrass myself more than yesterday? And I didn't even do anything yesterday. Today I tried something. I didn't try something. Like, I saw she was genuinely confused. And I just want to tell like, hey, no problem, you're on the right train, you don't need to get out or anything. But in my awkward retardedness, you can't say the R word. In my awkward retardedness, I didn't say R, I just said retardedness, so it doesn't matter. I just fucked it up even worse. I just really, yeah. But I told you it's a good day. Today is a good day. You can count down what a good day for me is. So I was sitting there. I was conflicted with my emotions again. I was like, damn, not only did I embarrass myself for the second time in front of the Lord Farquaad, but I still like to talk to her. So I kinda, good thing. Look, this is the good thing. You know what I was listening to while I was thinking that? I was listening to before that, but it was a good fit for the situation because I was listening to Patrice. I was listening to Patrice O'Neal, and he was it was like out of a movie. Not really, but in my mind it was kind of like a movie because I was nervous. I thought to myself like, sometimes I put people above me on a pedestal and think, oh, they're so great when everybody's a piece of shit if you think about it. And like, I'm looking at her like side eyes, and Patrice is like talking to one of this chick and he's yelling like, I'm better than you, and it kind of fit it because it's like an antidote to what I was thinking at the time, at that moment, when I was like, ooh, I could never talk to her, ooh, what if she rejects me, blah blah blah. Patrice said the fear only lies in what they can do afterwards, like the rejection that you have to deal with, what happens afterward. Once you take that fear away, there is nothing that you have to worry about. There's nothing that they could do to you in any way, shape or form. So I sometimes forget to breathe. So I finished listening, and then I was just watching again some other memes and shit like that, and I thought to myself, you know what, instead of thinking about, ooh, what could I say to her? And I already thought that she was mad at me because this is how fucked up, man. We haven't even spoke a word, to be honest. But I thought she was mad at me for yesterday because I kind of like waved her away, like that. Yeah, never mind. And today, she seemed still a little bit like off-put by my actions, which wasn't that bad. But you know how crazy these bitches are. But the main point being, I always swipe away into different fucking galaxies. That was the main point, right? So I'm thinking to myself, instead of just sitting here and being a jerk to myself, like, let me do something that I actually care about. Let me use my time wisely. And then I remember, like, yeah, I have a bunch of songs that I still need to finish for this year's quota. I don't know. I just have songs that I need to finish. And I thought, you know what, I'm gonna finish the song now. And then I took out the beat, and I was listening and I was writing, and I completely forgot about the bitch. I was gone in my work. I got upset at myself, like, I was scratching my head and shit. I felt a bit extra once I noticed what I was doing, because I wasn't doing it on purpose. I was literally just like, no, that's not good. And I was like moving around and shit. And then I realized, like, oh shit, this is the whole game. This is the whole that's fucking life, bro. Because if I would have tried to do tried to make it seem like I'm doing something to get her attention, that would have failed, and I would have felt fucking awkward and fake while doing that. So like, I wonder, wait a minute, scratch. So it would have felt fucking dumb, and it would have looked fucking dumb. But if you're actually about your shit, if you actually care about, first of all, that shit will come naturally to you because it's a natural reaction. You're doing something. Not only that, but people will come to you when you are doing something, when you put something. It sounds fucked up, but when you put something else above somebody, they will come to you. And it doesn't have to be something bad. It doesn't have to be like, ooh, I don't care about that, I don't care about this, I don't care about you. It could just be like, yo, right now this is important to me, and and this is what I'm doing. And people will get like, okay, if that's important to you. People are fucked up, if I'm honest, because I'm just realizing like the only reason people come to you is because they hope to be as important as the thing that you're doing, which is the same reason why I don't fuck with somebody. Like if how do you say it? If I'm Right. If I'm generally, depending on the person, but I'm like, I like to be a little more goofy, jokey, like kind of close, but not close really, like, hey, what's up, blah, blah, blah. And there are people who don't like that. There are people who say, who's this corny ass nigga, and whatever. And then they will push you away. And then after a while, I just turn cold because I don't need people like that in my life. So I'm just going I'm not going to waste my good energy on that person. I'm cold to that person, cold in a way, not cold, maybe non-reactive would be a better word. And I just redirect my shit to somebody else. And then they come to you and I'm like, yo, what's up, my brother, and shit like that. They don't really care about you. It's not like they realized, oh my God, he's such a cool dude before and now he's now whatever, That's not what is happening. It's not like they suddenly realized what a great fucking person you are. They just want you to, in this case it would be like they think like they're missing something. Like, why is he not giving me the time of the day? Maybe I'm missing something. Oh fuck, I just fucked up a little bit. Anyway, like, why is he not giving me the attention? Why is the energy not here? So they try to get the energy from you. They don't care about you. They don't care about about whatever. They don't care about who you are as a person. They just feel like, ooh, there might be something there. Why is he not giving it, or she, or whatever? Why is she not giving that to me? I need to figure that out. I need to get myself in. And I felt like it was on a small level in this scale because she was doing her shit herself. She was like watching something on her phone, but I realized that she would look over way more often, and I think she looked more I think she looked more than I realized it, because like I said, I was looking at my phone, and from time to time I would think and I would look up and I would catch her, like when I would look up to think, she would like look back on her phone. So she was kind of like a little bit, could be I'm just making this all shit up, like not making it up, but maybe I'm just fucking, she just scratched her nose and I'm like, that means she wants me. It could be, I don't know, but that's like how it came across, and how, from my experience across the world, Mr. Worldwide, how it felt. It felt like that. So that gave me the point where I'm like, fuck this shit, fuck and shit and cunt. Like when I'm running out of words, I just start cursing. I'm saying, like, why would I be chasing someone? Even I don't want to chase them. That's the thing. That's not even the point of my point. My point is, why would I chase someone that is not interested in being chastened, being chosen, being badly chased? Because if I would be a good chaser, they would probably enjoy being chased. But if I'm not a good chaser, then whatever. Why would I try to chase people if I'm not good at it? I would rather invest my energy into something that I care about, something that I'm not only good at, but it's important to me. And that's the fucking great thing. As a byproduct, I became more interesting of that. But you have to do it genuinely. That's the problem. Like, you can't trying to talk to a girl and she doesn't give you the time of the day of the time, and you just start breakdancing in front of her like, yo, look at this bitch, look, like it's not gonna work. It has to be genuine. So I like that moment because it reevaluated, readjusted my value system. Like, what is more important to you, my friend? Really, is it this rather unique looking character? Like, I keep like, I don't want to diss her because she wasn't ugly. Like, if she was ugly, I wouldn't even looked at her. But she's a little weird. I think she's perfect. I really do think she's perfect because she's like pretty, but not too pretty that would be like completely not want to like approach her and shit like that. So anyway, I'm going in different directions every time. So it just taught me, man, focus on your own shit. Focus on your own shit. Like, yeah, I should have done the same shit yesterday. As soon as I noticed myself going that route of let's talk to her. Why can't you talk to her? I should have just pulled out my phone and started writing. Just focus on something that is important to me, something that is more important, something that is more prevalent. And I don't want to say it like that, but it gave me a little bit of hope for the future. Like, I know I'm not gonna fuck this bitch. I'm aware of that. But I know that if I keep doing me, I'm gonna get my dick sucked real soon. No, like, in the end, if you do you and you swim your own stream, these things like money and women and whatever, like, they will come to you. That's not what life's about. That shit's not important. It's a part of life, It's a part of life, of course, but if it will come to you if you are on your journey and on your, on your shit, on your real G shit. You know how it is over here, man. We got that over here, right? So that was that part, and then that's the little sprinkle on top. Yesterday I told you, I said like I should have at least told her like I like your scarf or something, so I don't feel as much as a bitch because I didn't dare talk to a random girl on a train, right? So as I was like, I'm getting at my stop, I'm putting on my jacket and my shit. As I'm getting up, like I think about that. So I pulled down my mask so that she can fucking hear me, and I said, you have an interesting style. She still didn't understand what I was saying, and I'm like, bro, do I even speak this language? What the fuck? So I repeated myself. I said, you have an interesting style. She said, thank you. 2 little notes, okay? 2 little notes before that. So, what are the 2 little notes? Is it 2, bro? Why do I say shit? Because I have it in my mind. I know but then the words, I don't know words. What are the 2 points? So when I got up and told her that, I repeated myself and whatnot. Here are the 2 points. The 2 points are, when I complimented her, she just looked like, oh, okay, thanks, right? But then I said something afterwards. I said, I hope you were able to hear this time, something like that, because it was like every like the 3 times that I've tried to talk to her, she didn't understand what I was saying. so I said that like, I hope you understood it this time, right? And she smiled at that a billion times stronger. Like she barely moved when I told her like she have an interest. She was like, okay, thanks. But when I told her like the little joke, which if you think about it, it's like an inside joke between us. I know we don't know each other. Just think about it a certain way, okay? Come with me, be with me. Not like that, but like follow me. You know what I'm saying? Just keep up. Anyway, she smiled, such a warm and genuine smile. She was like, not like that, but you know what I'm saying. And I got up because it wasn't my stop, and I was about to leave anyway. I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna see this bitch anyway. I said that yesterday too, but maybe I'm just saying that so I'll see her tomorrow or the next day. Who knows? But I just got up, and the fear that I had yesterday, like what would people think, the people that were around. There were a couple people around, and I saw some dude who was sitting like right at the door, and he was kind of looking at me like smiling a little bit like whatever. And I'm not like that in general, like it's not me, but I have to do that to be able to be a regular person. In my mind I went, what the fuck do you want, you bitch ass nigga? That's me, bro. I'm such a pussy. I need to hype myself up in like gangster mode to be a regular to be a regular human being. I have to go like, who the fuck are you looking at? I'm not saying that. I just looked at him like, and then he looked away. I would never tell him that. I would never like grab his collar like, who the fuck are you looking at? The fuck you think you're like? But in myself, I need to get on a base level of normal humanness, and I need that gangsterness in it. So that was interesting too. I didn't have the fear of what will people think, what will people, they're listening and whatnot. And even when I encountered something, like, mind you, this might just be my brain. He might have just been laughing like, oh, my nigga, or something like that. He might have just thought of a funny joke. I don't know. But in my paranoid, confused mind, I was like, hey, he's kind of laughing at you, like poking fun of you. So to deal with that, I have to go with myself. Like I gotta pull out like my gangster self within myself. I'm not a gangster. I wasn't raised in the streets, let's say like that. But I use that type of energy to bolster myself a little bit. Like I said, I'm not a violent person. I just very much enjoy it. No, I'm just kidding. I'm actually not kidding. I don't like violence, and I don't like that I enjoy it. That's a kind of a thing. But that's a different topic. This is not a topic for a good day. That is a bad day topic when I tell you about my rage and homicidal fantasies. So today we talk about hope and the future and whatnot, and tamarind juice. I don't even know if that's the real word, but whatever. It is delicious. So yeah, in that one train ride, I kind of like, not overcame, because I'm still a bitch, bro. Don't get me wrong. I'm still me. But in that train ride, I kind of overcame like a couple of my fears, just like that, in like a matter of half an hour, which is quite an intense train ride if you think about it, because I got over a little bit my shyness, my self-esteem issue, my laziness, and my general bitch assness. That's four fucking issues I had to tackle in one train ride, and I did great. I did really good. This is the best part about it, bro. Do you know what I'm most proud of? What I'm like really fucking glad and really happy. I came home and I started praying. I thanked God. I was like, God, thank you. I didn't fuck myself up today. I finished the fucking song. I've been working on the song for a while, and I haven't finished it because I was scared it wasn't gonna be as good as the rest of the song. So that's what I'm really, 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 really glad and happy about. Breathe. Why do I forget to breathe, bro? I just keep talking and talking, and then I don't want to talk, and then I run out of breath. Breathe. Breathe. Let's breathe together. In and out. And in and out. It is all good. It's all good, man. Anyway, so I was glad that I could finish that song, and I'm even gladder that I am glad that I finished the song. That like my focus is not on, ooh, I told her style is interesting. Haha, man, I'm such a pimp, bro. I'm such a player. Like, fuck that shit, bro. It's like, that's a little step into becoming a regular person. But I'm more proud of, like, yeah, I got that song is finished. I can go and record it. I can move on to the next song on the list. This year we're gonna drop some music, right? So that's very, very interesting. It is, I find it interesting. Let's say it like that. I think it's interesting. So yeah, that's that. Where are we? 21 minutes, and I haven't even rolled the joint. Technically, I could keep going. I could keep telling you shit. Could make up shit. Could be like, yeah, I think that you need to breakfast. Anyway, but I don't have anything to say other than that. The day was good. I have a little bit to say, but I don't wanna. I'm kind of on a doubt. Do I want to keep going, or do I stop and save some for tomorrow? I don't know. I'll go on for another little 10 minutes, 8 minutes, and make it half an hour, okay? So there's another good thing that happened today, which, if you didn't know, I work at a hotel. And I have guests. Most guests are fucking cunts. I have to say, like, not cunts, like they're rude. There are a lot of rude people too, but they're fucking idiots. I gotta say it like that. I don't know. But today, better said yesterday, I met a dude that, okay, I gotta say that wasn't a dude, that was a man, okay? That he was like fucking swole as fuck. He was Polish, and we talked for like 2.5 hours, bro. He's in all sorts of business. He's in real estate and in all sorts of shit, and he traveled the world all across, and it was really fucking fascinating. It felt like I should have made a podcast with him and just talk shit, because I didn't really talk a lot. I would just listen and I would ask him questions, and it felt like a little bit like a mentorship, like a short mentorship. I think it was very fascinating. He was, how do you say, he was business-like, but he was streetwise. He had his street smart. He's Polish, and he's lived all over the world and stuff, and he has contacts all over the world and shit. He can't, like, every time we're talking about, he said, yeah, I know somebody in this country, and this does. And then we keep talking about, yeah, I know somebody in this country. And let me tell you, like, I have a little bit good of a sense. Most of the time, I just take people by their word, because I don't really care if they're lying to me. If it doesn't really do something to me, hey, if you're lying to me, at least make it entertaining. That's all. That's what I think. But it genuinely didn't feel like he was lying. He was bullshitting. It felt like he was talking from his life experiences, what he has done, where he had been, and he even told me he had some contacts in the music industry and all of that, like with some actual big people that I even recognized when he said their names and stuff. I was like, okay. But I stopped myself. I was like, you know what? The chance of anyone doing anything for you, I'm not saying me, I mean like in general, it's very small. He don't know you. You don't know him. Like, we really got along. We how do you say? We had a good correspondence. But I don't like to to push little, how do you say, little meetings like that into my fantasies. Like, oh, next thing you know, I'm gonna call by Sony Music Universal Universe. Oh my God, they want to sign me? What, $100 million to do nothing? Oh, of course. Like, you know, I'm not gonna go that route. So I literally found myself, look, I'm in front of someone with an incredible mentality that has actually done something with his life in many different industries, and you can hear. Have you ever watched like the like the business TikToks and shorts and reels and whatnot? It felt like someone like that, but in real life. Because even when you watch these shorts, you kind of listen to them like, I don't know, what have you done? I don't know what you're talking about. But he said it in a way, it's like, as a matter of fact, and it's no deal. Like, it's no big deal, you know? He told me about the difference. He literally said, yeah, here's the difference between selling and buying houses in Switzerland, selling and buying houses in Germany, how you do this, and this. This is why you do it in Switzerland. It's a better profit for you. Over there, you have to put in a lot, He talked about business stuff. He talked about legit shit. So I thought myself, man, let me just shut the fuck up and let me just listen to this dude. And whenever I get the chance, I'm gonna ask him a question. And at first I kept asking shit that were like personal, because then I asked him like, how do you get more willpower? How do I deal with people and all that? And he said like, fuck all that. What he told me technically is like, just do you, which is such a dumb thing to say, because everybody said you just gotta be yourself. So, but the way he said it, he said like, you gotta flow in your own stream. You know, it's gotta be your own stream. And those that really make waves and do something are those that go against the stream. And I felt a little bit validated, because I always feel like I'm doing not something entirely different, but not what most people would do if they're trying to become successful in that branch, in that, you know, music industry. So that was, I don't even know, bro. Let me just spill it out. Let me just say it how it was. Out of that conversation, I took 3 things. Here are the 3 things. Number 1, the scales. That's an interesting concept that he taught me. He didn't taught me, but you know, whatever. He talked about weighing shit out, because every time he says, I'm a bit hesitant toward business and all of that sort of stuff. I'm always a bit, you know, like money. The love of money is the root of all evil, as they say. So I kept kind of like butting up against him, like, yeah, but I don't know, you know, these people, blah, blah, blah. And he always said, look, you gotta balance the good and the bad. I'm sorry, my tip always falls down. How do you even say it? Do you say tip or do you say filter in English? Give me a second. Oh, fuck that. Okay, so he said you need to weigh the scales, or scale the weight, whatever. What are the benefits? What are the positives? What are the negatives? Because everything will have positive and negative, but at the end you will never make everyone happy. You can never do something everyone's gonna be, yeah, that's what I would have done, I think that's a good idea, blah, blah, blah. Like, that's impossible, right? And I don't know, it felt very, very liberating to me, because I always see both sides, but I rarely weigh them against each other. I just see them as opposites, even though they're one. And this is a little bit more difficult to follow. I don't know if you like get what I'm saying. Like I said, I talk a little bit like metaphorical sometimes, but if you get it, you get it. If you don't get it, I'm sorry, but whatever. So that's the scales. It may not mean a lot to you, but it meant a lot to me. It meant a lot. Like when I feel conflicted about something, being the music industry, this or that, and I see like, oh, I can see the bad parts in it. What are the good parts? If I can encounter something that seems to be good, like, oh, what are the bad parts, and then weigh them out, weigh them against each other. That's how you say it. You weigh them against each other, and see what's what and what's what. Sometimes they might weigh the same. Sometimes the negative might be a bit heavier, and you're still going in because you calculated that and whatnot. But that's already too much. That goes outside of the scope of number 1, which is the scales. Number two, how can I forget that? Number 2 is travel. Pretty much travel. He told me like where he'd already been. He literally been, I don't know, I'm not gonna say where he was, but he was in a lot of places. He lived short term and long term, sometimes a month, sometimes he lived in one place for like 5 years and got to meet the locals and all of that. And he told me, like, once you seen everything, not everything, but what you've seen a lot of places, it becomes so much easier to deal with people and understand. Like, people just become easier. Generally, things just become not easier as like, ooh, we're just gonna do it, but you have a better understanding about life, different perspectives, different modes of being, let's call it like that. And I thought that was very interesting, because I always feel like I want to I don't mind traveling alone. I would probably prefer it to just go somewhere, but like, fuck it, I'm just gonna go this place for a week or two, this place for a week or two. And even though he had money, he told me, like, you don't need a lot of money to travel, you just need to be smart about it. And I agree on that, definitely. And then the third is the thing that I already told you. It's the upstream, or the on stream, to just do you. Be you, do you, and go upstream, no matter what. And I even told him, like, I'm okay if I'm not successful, if I don't get rich, as long as I don't sell out, because I want to make empty music. I want to make empty content. Like, if you listen to this, I joke around a lot. I say a lot of wild shit, bro. Some of it is serious, some of it is not. But in the end, I don't want to have an empty podcast. I don't want to make a podcast just to just be like, oh, this podcast is brought to you by, shut the fuck up. Man, this is just like, if 5 people, like, that's all I want, 5 people. If 5 people think like, yo, this shit is entertaining. Sometimes it's sad, sometimes it's funny, sometimes I don't even know what the fuck he's talking about. But there's something, just a little bit I can get out of it. I'm good. I'm good. So I'm just gonna do myself, bro. I'm just gonna go my own way, be my own fish, stream upstream, swim upstream. And yeah, that was a very powerful conversation that I had. And I don't have a lot of these types of conversation. I almost missed out the conversation, but he was at the lobby bar and he was drinking a beer, and I was just doing like my daily duties over there. I have a couple of things I need to do at the beginning. And once I was done, I was just asking, because he was talking like German, which is like not the German that Swiss people speak, and ask him like, oh, you from Germany? He's like, no, I live here, I'm Polish, but I've done this and that. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. He said real estate first, and I was like, oh, that's interesting, because I've been looking a little bit into investments and all that shit. But what I found interesting is he was talking business talk, but he grew up in like a rougher patch of Germany. He grew up in Poland even. I'm not sure, but he wasn't. I don't want to call him a street person, because he might have been a street person in his past life. I say he was like super swole. He had tattoos and stuff like that, but he seemed very about his shit. He seemed very genuine, very nice and polite and all of that, which is like also a thing. You can't just judge somebody because they're like muscled up and have whatever, but that's a different story. Yeah, it was a very interesting conversation, and I'm glad that I had it. I almost didn't have it. I was just going about my work and stuff, but then I don't know, sometimes there's a little feeling like, what is that? What is that? What is that? So I just like ask some random, like, are you from Germany? And then that's got the balls started. Got the balls real hot. Anyway, so we talked. He went into his room afterwards and stuff, and he told me I should like give him my Instagram and shit, and he might send my shit to somebody who knows. I didn't even want to say that. I didn't want to say that because it feels like jinxing myself if I put this on like this. But like I said, I'm good, bro. I'm really good. Like, the 3 things that I took from him, if that's all that I will ever get out of that conversation, I'm more than fucking glad. I'm more than fucking happy. Because it just gives me another kick, another jolt. Like, yo, fuck everything, fuck everybody. What people think it's important, what they think they need to do in their life. Like, you know that this shit does not make you happy. You know that sometimes you just suffer from bouts of incredible desperation. Not desperation, I call it lamentation, whatever. But fuck it, bro. If you already like, I'd rather be depressed on the beach in Bali, or riding a motorcycle in Thailand, or like doing some shit that I actually care about, doing me, swimming upstream. At least I'm being depressed while I'm doing something that I actually like. At least I'm like living my own life and being myself. So yeah, I hope that to the 5 people who listen to that, bruh, balance shit out. in yourself, think what is the positive, what is the negative, and then decide for yourself if it's worth it, if it's not. Don't just walk away from things because they have negative aspects to them, and don't just run towards things because you can see a few positive aspects to it. Second, travel, bruh. Let's fucking travel. For a week, for 2 weeks, let's fucking see the world, talk to people you have never met in your life, and see what that gets you. And the third, be yourself. Swim upstream. Swim upstream. When you do swimming upstream, nobody can touch you. Nobody can do nothing to you. Swim upstream. I'm sorry. I don't even know what accent that was, but you need to swim upstream, bro. Be you, do you. And then life will just be life, bro. Life will always be life. But at least you can say, I live the way that I wanted to live, and I live with no regrets. So yeah, this is the first positive episode that we actually recorded. I hope you enjoyed it. This is it. I still haven't finished rolling. I'm gonna finish that later. I wish you much love, peace, prosperity, abundance, peace of mind. I wish your family to be happy. I want you to be fucking great, bro. Just be fucking great. I love you. My name is Revelation. If you did not know, now you do know. Peace.